Yes, hello. This is Katushova Thomas, doing a Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, Macquarie University. So I'm going to talk about my project, the Students' Results Prediction Project, using machine learning. So these are the contents of the slides that we're going to use today. Yeah, so I'll start with the problem to be investigated. There's a problem of, lack of focus towards education by students because of different distractions. Because of such a thing, people are unable to actually have objective, have a reason towards towards putting their time in education and stuff like that. And because of such a thing, people come out with bad results and discouraging outcomes. So the background of this project is from the problem that I mentioned earlier, the lack of focus towards educational, can I say the educational or the academic life of students. Yeah, so this can be due to very many reasons. For example, the increasing development of technology has led to a number of mobile applications that are quite distracting, especially to the youth who are mostly in the education phase in life. They're still learning from their schools, and because of these other different distractions, they are unable to really give 100% focus to education. And a number of different studies have been carried out in order to analyze more about the academic life of students and able to get different ways on how to improve on the academic lives of students. So more on the background of this AI project, with the use of data collected from these studies, we can utilize artificial intelligence to improve on the generation of the solutions towards the challenge. Because remember, the challenge is students' lack of focus, students' lack of path in the academic life. So we can use the data from different studies that analyze the academic lives in terms of the different features of students, different things that they do in order to find a way to improve on the academic life. And this is what my project, what it does is that it predicts the outcome of one's different attributes, one's different behaviors, and lets them know whether they're on the right track or not. So the significance of my project, the significance of the project is mainly concerned with the improvement of academic lives of students. The project utilizes specific attributes or features of students to predict their results in a final exam before it occurs. Therefore, one is able to tell whether they are on the right path or not, so that they can adjust accordingly, like I said before. So the Students' Result Prediction Project will give a reasonable contribution towards the education of students because it would promote an academic focus among students and the institutions as well. The institutions and the students can both come together to actually find out ways to solve any issues that can come up, whether they are, because if they want good marks, then they would have to do so to get good marks. So they would have to do certain measures in order to get these good marks. So the project scope, the scope defines the boundaries defined by the operation of the project, which is my project. So my project bases on the academic community, the educational community, that is, it involves the teachers, the students, and the parents actually of the students, the subjects to the marks that they have. So the main objective of this project is to improve on the academic lives of the individuals by allowing them to have access to the predicted results according to their specific attributes. This project is basing on the educational community, which comprises of students, the teachers, the parents of the students, and the academic studies, and the academic institution. The statement to the problem to be addressed. So students in academic institutions are expected to complete their studies with good results and a better understanding of the world, right? But currently the problem of ignorance towards one's academic life is gradually increasing and affecting the end result of one's education negatively. You've heard of people dropping out even before they finish their education fully, and these numbers keep on increasing actually. So as a consequence of such a problem, a number of individuals complete their education with poor results and a poor acquisition of necessary skills of living. This problem can be approached by enabling the students to know whether they are on the right track enough so that they're able to adjust accordingly, so that they get better results, better outcomes from their actions. The research questions that I have from this project are: will the operation of the students' result prediction project improve on the academic lives of the students? Do non-academic attributes, for example, being part of a romantic relationship, affect one's academic results? What effect will the students' result prediction project have on the community, and which machine learning model will give the best results? There are a number of machine learning models that would be used for such a project. Which one would be the best? So a hypothesis that I have are The operation of a student's result prediction project will improve on the academic lives of the students. Non-academic attributes of the students, for example, being in a romantic relationship, can affect their academic lives to a certain extent, which is kind of true. The student's result prediction project will increase on the academic institution's awareness towards the benefits of the application of technology, because machine learning is also towards technology, so people would actually appreciate effect and its benefits. The AI research objectives are to identify the main attributes that affect the academic life of a student with the use of the machine learning, to identify ways of improving on the academic lives of students, to increase on the level of the technology into the educational community. The fact that people would keep on benefiting with the use of the technology, the machine learning system, people would get to know these benefits. It would increase on this level because more people would be interested in using it. So another objective is identify, the earlier one was to identify ways of improving on the academic lives of the students. Students are able to know whether they're on the right track or not. As I said before, they're able to get to adjust their focus towards their academic lives accordingly, so that they know what they want, so that they get the outcome that they want. So to identify, and also to identify the main attributes that affect the academic life of students. So such an algorithm can actually, such a system can be used for us to get to know what exactly affects a student towards their academic life, what exactly has the greatest impact. So the dataset description, the dataset is got from the ECI machine learning repository. The link is right there. The dataset comprises of 33 attributes of 649 instances of students of 2 Portuguese secondary schools. This dataset is actually basing on, it can be used to get the results of a mathematics subject. The students have different attributes in terms of their internal marks, the time they take studying. So what my project is using, it's utilizing this data set, which can be used for us to predict the students' end grade in the mathematics subject. Yeah. So my proposed AI methodology, basing on the kind of data that is to be dealt with, the methodology is based on the kind of problem that I'm actually going to solve. This problem is a regression problem because we need to get the value of a dependent variable from an independent variable. So in this case, the target attribute is getting the final exam mark from these different features of the student. The features are part of these 30 attributes that I mentioned earlier, but yeah, the features is what I use to get the target attribute. So we have different steps, that is data collection, data exploration, data preparation, modeling, and evaluation. Data collection refers to the achieving of the data that I would be using in my model. Data exploration is where I get to visualize and understand the data that I'm using. Preparation of the data is where I get to adjust it accordingly to the model that I'm going to use. And modeling is where I develop the model itself, the different kinds of models. There are regression, there is linear regression, there are support vector machine models, there are decision tree models, there are different kinds of models, but it's all based on the kind of data that you're going to use to do a certain task. Then there's also evaluation, where I get to measure and see if the model that I used worked accurately. Linear regression algorithm is under supervised learning that can be used to predict the values of dependent variables from the values of independent variables. This is one of the models that I was talking about earlier. What it does is it bases on plots X and Y and uses them to get a certain results. It can use X are the independent variables and Y is the target attribute. It's what you want to get from the outcome. These are the different references that I have. Yeah, there are quite many, but I will put them in the description below. Thank you for listening.